There we go. It's not that dark out. Happy Friday, 8th day of October, 2021. I am Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Thanks for starting your day with us. It is chilly. It is 36 degrees outside of our studios. We haven't seen the 36-degree mark in the Wenatchee Valley since March. It's chilly, and it's going to be getting really cold next week, even cold for the middle of October. Things are going to get, what's the word I want to use? Cold, that's it. It's going to be cold. Most of it next week. Got a big blast of cold air going to pay us a visit. It's going to start happening on Sunday night. Complete forecast details are coming up, but it's time to fire up the furnaces at your homes. It's chilly. We have news, lots of news to get to. We have sports. Seahawks, as you probably know, they had a 7-3 lead at halftime, and then Russell Wilson hurt his middle finger on his throwing hand. They tried, they didn't. The Rams got the better part of the Seahawks last night. We'll have that. We'll also preview the big football game we'll be carrying tonight here on the NCAA Live channel in high definition and stereophonic sound. The Moses Lake Chiefs going to be in East Wenatchee to take on the Eastmont Wildcats. It's homecoming for Eastmont High School. We'll take to the air at 6:30. They'll kick it off at 7 o'clock. Eric and Grant on the call, plus all the scores for the Major League Baseball playoffs last night, which I had a chance to enjoy, because I enjoy it, and everything else you need to start your Friday. We were planning on talking to Sean Ziers today. Sean is the temporary fill-in voice, broadcasting voice for the Wenatchee Wild, as our good friend Art Checker continues his recovery from his car accident back in the summertime. But we had some scheduling conflicts with Sean. We couldn't quite lock in a time where the two of us could get together on Skype. So instead, we're going to replay the interview I did with Mitch Darlington, the new head coach of the Wenatchee AppleSox. We'll have that for you in the back half of the program. Have I mentioned, it's cool. It's 36 degrees. Let's take our tour around north central Washington with our Valley View cameras. The sun's not up yet, and it won't come up for about another 7 minutes or so. 7:10 sunrise this morning. Sunset 6:26. 11 hours and 16 minutes of daylight in the course of the week. 1 week ago on October 1st to now, we have lost 23 minutes of daylight in just 7 days. It's that time of the year. And it's going to be a very autumnal-like day. It's basically going to be a repeat of yesterday, only because it's a lot cooler. It's 36 right now. Yesterday's official low was 40. We may not get up to that forecast high because it is chilly. We're in for a pretty nice Saturday. The weather's really going to start changing on Sunday, and then pretty cool next week. Again, forecast details right around the corner. Camera number 2. Let's go take a look at that. Oh, okay. Oh, that's the Lake Wenatchee area camera zoomed in, pretty good. Look at the clouds and the fog hovering over Lake Wenatchee. That's Dirty Face Mountain to your right. Of course, this is what happens when there's a sizable temperature variation between the air temperature and the water temperature. Fog forms. Eventually, as the sun comes up and it begins to warm up, it burns off the fog. But look at that. That's a dramatic shot of the Lake Wenatchee area. Yes, Lake Wenatchee is down there somewhere. You just can't see it. That is a cool shot. I like that one. Camera number 3. Up to Waterville we go, looking back down towards the Wenatchee Valley. Andiat. Hi, Andiat. How are you? Waving to Andiat. And things are looking good there. Lots of blue skies. Again, we're going to repeat what we had yesterday today, pretty much weather-wise, before that next round of cold air. And maybe even some snow when the mountain passes comes our way Sunday. You heard me right. And camera number 4. The Arundel Rock camera turned back down towards the Wenatchee Valley. You can see Turtle Rock. Of course, Turtle Rock got its name because it is a giant rock in Lake Andiat. Can't quite make out Rocky Reach Dam, but way off into the distance, the foothills that surround the Wenatchee Valley. And I am almost certain that Mission Ridge is going to get a little bit of snow on Sunday night as that system, that cold air, begins to roll in. All right, yeah, it's going to be very cool and very wet next week. Here's your long-term forecast. Now, this is updated. We showed you this yesterday. This is a brand new slide of what the National Weather Service, the Climate Prediction Center, are the folks who handle the long-term forecast. So this is Wednesday of next week on forward. As you can see, a large swath of colder than normal air, and they're very highly confident that everybody is going to be dealing with some cold air. Soon some significant snow going to come down in the Rocky Mountains. We're going to have a very good chance of colder than normal temperatures and above normal precipitation for the long-term outlook. Get ready for that. It's going to start feeling like winter, and even though the Wenatchee Valley is usually pretty late with their first freeze of the year, other places have already had it or will have it in the next few days. We're going to be ahead of the schedule from the National Weather Service. Here's your forecast. It looks something like this. Again, 65 our forecast high. Now, yesterday we only hit 60. I have a feeling that 65 might be a little on the optimistic side. 60 and 40 were a high and low on Thursday. Normally we're at 66 and 45. I don't think we're going to get to that 65. Chilly tonight, 40 for the overnight low. We do it again Saturday, sunny and cool for the most part. Again, a high of the mid-60s, we think, 47 for the overnight low. Notice how much milder the overnight low is on Saturday night, because late in the afternoon Saturday into the early evening hours, here come the clouds and here comes the weather system. Sunday, we're going to cloud up, we're going to cool down. We have a good chance of rain, especially in the afternoon. It's going to be windy and a high of only 59 degrees, 37 for the overnight low on Sunday night. There is the possibility Sunday of some light snow in the foothills. The snow level on Sunday night is going to go from 4,000 feet to 2,800 feet in the overnight hours into early Monday, Columbus Day. And even though there's only about a 20% chance of precipitation overnight Sunday into Monday, whatever comes down above the 2,800 foot mark is going to come down in the form of snow. So I think we're going to get up Monday morning for Columbus Day, and we're going to see some snow in the upper elevations around the Wenatchee Valley, and a high of only 60 on Columbus Day. 34 for the overnight low Monday night. This cold air is going to be hanging around Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Next chance of maybe a little bit of precipitation overnight on Tuesday night. That's just a little bit too far off to give you a really accurate idea. So sunny and cool today, chilly tonight, sunny and cool Saturday. Clouds start to arrive Saturday night, or Saturday afternoon really, into Saturday night. Lots of clouds, windy, rainy. It's going to be kind of a woodshedding kind of day on Sunday. And then sunny and much cooler temperatures, well below normal Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And a lot of places are going to be dealing with some frost on the ground if they haven't already. 8 minutes after the hour, after a quick 1 minute break, we'll have your Friday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Kids are resilient. I just love their energy. They bounce back so quickly. I love the stories they tell. I love just their charisma, their character. I love to see that subtle smile that you pull out of a kid, you know, when you start talking with them about something they really like. I just love what I do, and I can't imagine I would be as happy doing anything else.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michelle Samberg, and I'm running for Wenatchee School Board. As a doctor, parent, and current board member, I'm excited and relieved that our students have now returned to school full-time with precautions in place to keep everyone safe. We're not quite back to pre-COVID times at school, but we are moving in the right direction with the community right behind us. Let's continue to make progress in a thoughtful and respectful manner for all of our students. Vote for Michelle Samberg for Wenatchee School Board.
Clear skies, beautiful sunrise, 36 rather cool degrees. In downtown Wenatchee, sunshine lower 60s today, sunshine lower 60s Saturday. Clouds will be rolling in on Saturday afternoon. Cloudy, windy, rainy, much cooler on Sunday, and very chilly temperatures for all of next week. It's 10 minutes after the hour, and here's your news. 40 people were checked for injuries after an accident. This happened on Highway 28 yesterday morning. It involved 3 vans and a passenger car. There were no apparent injuries, but Washington State Patrol Trooper John Bryant said the employer of the people in the vans wanted the agricultural workers and drivers checked for injuries at local hospitals. The accident happened in the eastbound lane at 7:29 a.m. near the intersection of Highway 28 and Spanish Castle Road in Douglas County. Bryant said the sun was making visibility extremely poor, and for that reason, the passenger vehicle pulled off the roadway. The lead van of the 3 also slowed, as did the van immediately behind it, but the third van ran into the back of the second van, which then ran into the back of the first van, which then hit the passenger vehicle. Bryant said the driver of the third van was cited for following too closely. The workers in the vans are employed by Flicker Orchards in Quincy, according to Trooper Bryant. Speaking of Quincy, Quincy police are looking for a suspect in a man they say stole a white 2010 BMW from outside a convenience store. This happened last Saturday. The police department distributed a photo of the suspect that was taken from the store's security camera. The vehicle theft happened about 9:30 last Saturday morning while the owner of the BMW was inside the store. The department reminded residents that leaving your vehicle running while unoccupied is illegal, as well as a good way to get your car stolen. Anybody with information on the suspect is asked to contact the Quincy Police Department at 787-2222. The longtime organizers of Leavenworth's Oktoberfest are bringing the annual festival to the Town Toyota Center in Wenatchee next year. Last March, Oktoberfest organizer Project Bayern did not have its contract with the city of Leavenworth renewed after cancellation of the festival for 2 consecutive years because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, the city is looking to revamp the festival into a more family-friendly event. Project Bayern said they will continue to look for a permanent home for the festival, but for next year, the event will be at the Town Toyota Center. It'll have live entertainment, German beer, upgraded VIP passes, a carnival, and shuttles to and from Leavenworth. A Snohomish man is charged with theft for allegedly driving away with a paraglider that didn't belong to him. This was during last summer's glide competition on the Chelan Butte. 29-year-old Vitaly Vasiliev allegedly swiped a bag from a competitor's vehicle on July 23rd, but gliders involved in the event chased down and stopped his car as it left the scene. Sheriff's deputies say Vasiliev was transporting a $5,000 glider kit taken from another man's car. He's free on his own recognizance, but he has to appear in Chelan County Court on October 20th. The Okanagan Barter Fair, also known as the Family Fair, has been canceled because of COVID-19 concerns. Organizers of the long-running festival, which is held each year near Tenasket, it dates back to 1974, say they were denied permits by Okanagan Public Health, citing the heavy spread of COVID-19 in Okanagan County. The 3-day event was scheduled to begin October 22nd. Managers say if you've already purchased a ticket, you'll get refunded. Jennifer Harris of Manson became Link Transit's 30 millionth rider on Wednesday when she stepped off the bus for a trip to Wenatchee to pick up her car from a local repair shop. Harris said she began using Link Transit at its very beginning in 1991 when she was still a teenager. She said she still uses the service occasionally. She wins a trip to the Oregon coast. Good for her. And hey, it's election season, and the voter's guide is now available for you to peruse. You can go to any of the Chelan County or any of the auditors' websites, Chelan or Douglas County, and read it online. You can also download it. It's also going to be mailed later on today to all registered voters in our area. The guide features information on local candidates and measures. As I mentioned, it's currently available on auditor websites if you want to look at it that way. The general election is November 2nd. The ballots will be mailed out on October 24th. That's what's making headlines. At 13 minutes after, they are going to be a busy day for the guys and gals in the bullpen as we crank out a newscast for you. And then Grant and Eric have to turn right around and call a football game tonight. We like doing Friday night football. We really do. With a preview of tonight's news, here's Grant Olson.
Good Friday morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, our seasonably cool weather continues with rain and wind expected by Sunday. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom will be here with results from last night's prep soccer and volleyball action, as well as reaction to last night's Seahawks-Rams game. That and all the day's news stories coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. Don't forget, we love to hear from you. You can get a hold of us, any number of ways. As long as you have a computer and an internet connection, you're good to go. You can email us directly, news@ncwlife.com. That's our email address. You can go to our homepage, ncwlife.com, and click on the Contact Us icon, or go to our Facebook page and use the Messenger app. Either way, we'll get it. After a quick 1-minute break, we'll talk about Seahawks football. As you know by now, they didn't quite pull out the victory against the Rams last night in Thursday Night Football. Plus, we'll preview the weekend in prep sports. We'll talk Major League Baseball, and the Wenatchee Wild finally get to play hockey again for the first time since March of last year. Sports is 1 minute away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Merry Maids of Wenatchee has been professionally cleaning and sanitizing homes and businesses in North Central Washington since 1998. Merry Maids uses commercial-grade cleaners and viricides. Merry Maids has implemented additional safety and sanitation protocols. They are strictly following CDC guidelines for the safety of their clients and employees. For expert help with cleaning and sanitizing your home or business, call or look up Merry Maids of Wenatchee to schedule your free estimate today.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think is there something the matter with him?
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived.
Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious?
No, he's not. He's
Okay,
not.
okay. Take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.
"16 minutes after the hour in sports, Russell Wilson went down with a finger injury, and the Seattle Seahawks went down to the Los Angeles Rams Thursday Night Football last night, 26-17, the final. They held serve in the first half. The Seahawks did 7-3 at halftime, but then the Seahawks defense, well, they allowed LA to gain 301 yards in just the second half, and the Rams scored 3 touchdowns and a field goal. Meanwhile, Russell Wilson suffered an injured middle finger on his throwing hand late in the fourth quarter. Geno Smith came in. Coach Pete Carroll said it was unfortunate to lose Russell Wilson, but Geno was up to the challenge.
This is a significant night because Russell wasn't able to finish the second half. He's got a badly sprained finger that we need to figure out. There's work to be done in assessing all of that. Russell's one of the great healers of all time, and he'll do whatever he can to get back as soon as absolutely possible. On the other side of that, Geno did a really, really good job, very much in command. We were able to do all kinds of things with him out there. He handled all of the communications beautifully and played really well. We had a chance to win a football game. With all of that, we had a chance to win a football game with the ball in our hands and a couple minutes to go. And unfortunately, we threw an interception when Tyler slips and gets tripped. I don't know what happened on that play. I couldn't tell. But I do know that they made the big play that changed it.
Smith's first drive after replacing Wilson was a good one. 10 plays, 98 yards, and a touchdown, and he got Seattle within 2 points.
I would say I played behind 3 of the most durable quarterbacks in NFL history with Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning, and Russell Wilson. So it's been a long time coming, but no way am I satisfied with just going out there and playing. It's about getting wins. It's about leading the team to victories, and I like to think that I'll be able to do that.
That's the most you played in 4 years, I think, but to come off the bench and go 98 yards straight down the field, that had to be a pretty good cherry on top of things.
Honestly, I was just thinking score, man. The guys did a great job, man. I feel like the line played a great game. Those guys were getting open out there. We were seeing it well. Shane was calling a good game, and we were in rhythm. And whenever you're in rhythm, it doesn't really matter how far you got to go. Just keep rolling. So, I felt pretty good out there. I felt like we had a solid chance, and we just fell a little short.
Seahawks do have quite some time to heal up. They don't play again until a week from Sunday, October 17th, in Pittsburgh against the Steelers. We got high school football tonight right here on the NCW Life Channel. Homecoming, Eastmont, as they host the Moses Lake Chiefs. Eric and Grant with the call. Pregame, 6:30 kickoff at 7 o'clock. Coach Michael Don says he's preparing his team for Moses Lake, who likes to pass the ball a lot.
They will sling it. They're going to throw the ball about 70% of the time. Quarterback either throws screens, bubbles, or he's back there a long time running around waiting for guys to get open. He does a good job of buying time. We got to make sure we keep him in the pocket. He's really dangerous when he gets out of the pocket. They got some nice young wide receivers and running back who they're good in space. They do a good job catching the ball. So we got to keep the quarterback in the pocket, not let him run around and buy time, and just get to him and make sure we stay in our zones.
It is homecoming tonight. It's been homecoming week all week long at Eastmont High School. There's a lot of extracurricular activities that sometimes can distract the football team from the task at hand, but Coach Don says his Wildcats will be ready tonight.
Oh, just trying to keep kids focused. I actually think they've done a pretty good job so far, first 2 days of being focused in, not getting too caught up in everything else that goes with homecoming. Kids know they got a big game this week. Moses Lake has been getting better and better, and they're getting prepared. Just trying to make sure they understand they got to do a good job of staying away from putting themselves at risk and trying to keep the season rolling.
More with Coach Don and Eric tonight at the pregame show, and also their place kicker, who's a good one, Cameron Pope, will be Eric's guest tonight on the pregame show. Again, 6:30, pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff. The only other Big Nine game tonight, as Sunnyside hosting Eisenhower, West Valley has a pre-scheduled bye, and Wenatchee has a bye that they didn't schedule. They were supposed to play at Davis tonight. It was canceled, of course, because of COVID-19 in the Panther program. Scores last night. Kashmir stumbled at home in a non-league game against the Freitas. We take a look at the Les Schwab scoreboard. Tigers came out on top in Kashmir, 28-12. Coming up tonight, you got Cascade at Quincy and Chelan hosting Omak. On the Les Schwab scoreboard in B League football last night, Waterville-Mansfield blasted Bridgeport 52-6, and Okanagan upended Lake Roosevelt 54-7. Tonight, Brewster takes on Tenaska. Pateros plays at Aniat. Manson moves to Oroville, and Liberty Bell is at Soap Lake. On the Les Schwab Prep girls soccer scoreboard from last night, Prosser edged Afraid 2-1. Ellensburg clocked Cascade 8-0. Kashmir quieted Quincy 1-0. Okanagan peppered Pateros 6-0. Liberty Bell bounced Bridgeport 6-0. Brewster rolling over Lake Roosevelt 6-1. Coming up on the schedule tomorrow, Brewster will host Liberty Bell at 11 a.m. Manson will host Lake Roosevelt, and Highline will visit Okanagan. Ephrata has a noon kickoff at Sela. The 1 o'clock games have Eastmont hosting Davis. Central Valley visits Wenatchee, and Moses Lake travels to West Valley. Prep volleyball action last night. Eastmont traveled to Davis, pulled out a 3-0 win. Chelan swept Omak 3-0. Cascade had to fight hard to earn a 3-2 win over Waterville-Mansfield. Pateros, their volleyball team, swept Riverside Christian. Brewster beat Liberty Bell in 3 sets, and Lake Roosevelt took care of Tenasket. Your volleyball schedule: Okanagan will host Brewster. Liberty is at Spangle. Omak, Mount Baker, Mount Vernon Christian, and Pateros. It's a big volleyball tournament tomorrow starting at 9. Waterville-Mansfield has a new meeting with Wilbur Creston, and Aniat will visit Manson tomorrow night at 6:30. The Wenatchee Wild finally playing some hockey. Not just any team. Penticton. Yeah, Wenatchee opens their campaign at Penticton tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. The Wild will play October and into November north of the border. In fact, their first 9 games will be in Canada before they play at home November 11th and 12th. Houston and Tampa Bay, your winners last night in the first games of the American League Divisional Series. The Astros down the White Sox 6-1. Jordan Alvarez went 2 for 3 with a home run. Michael Brantley also drove in a couple of runs for Houston to back up Lance McCullers Jr. on the mound. He was good. He pitched in at the 7th and earned the victory. In Florida last night, the defending American League champion Tampa Bay Rays blanked Boston 5-0. Shane McClanahan was lights out on the mound over 5 innings. Randy Rosarina scored 3 times, had a home run, and he stole home, which was pretty cool. Here's a look at the baseball playoff schedule today. Game 2, Chicago and Houston. That's the morning game, 11:07. You have to have the Major League Baseball Network to watch that one. Game 1 of the National League Divisional Series between Atlanta and Milwaukee, 1:37 on TBS. Game 2 of Boston and Tampa Bay, 4:02 on FS1. Then the first game of the highly anticipated National League Divisional Series between the Dodgers and the Giants, 6:37 tonight on TBS. And college football. Eastern plays at Northern Colorado at noon. Washington State hosts Oregon State at 1 o'clock on the Pac-12 network. Central Washington is at Western Oregon at 1 o'clock. And the University of Washington will take on the Fighting University of Nobody because they don't play this weekend. And those are just some of the games that people are playing out this Friday, the 8th day of October, and we celebrate National Pierogi Day. Everybody dig into a nice pierogi. It's very versatile food. It's enjoyed worldwide. You just take unleavened dough and you put stuff in it. You either boil it, bake it, or fry it. It's kind of like ravioli, only without pasta. It's dough, and you can put almost anything inside a pierogi. I haven't had a pierogi in a long time. A well-made pierogi is, it's a party in your mouth. Where pierogies came from, nobody really knows. The popular story was brought to Italy by Marco Polo during his expeditions to China, eventually made their way to Poland, thus the name pierogi, which is Polish in nature. I don't care where they came from, quite frankly. So have yourself a pierogi today. There's not a lot of restaurants that serve pierogies. I associate pierogies with the food fair. At Apple Blossom, there's always a pierogi or two to be had. Chow down on National Pierogi Day, always on October 8th, because it's on the internet. And if it's on the internet, it has to be true. Today in history at 25 minutes after the hour. Everybody knows about the Great Fire of Chicago, which broke out on October 8th, 1871. This would be 150 years ago today. There was actually 4 major fires that broke out along the shores of Lake Michigan. The biggest one, the one that's the artistic rendering you see there, was in Peshtigo, Wisconsin. Why this fire didn't get the publicity of the other fires, specifically the Great Fire of Chicago, the fire in Peshtigo, Wisconsin was considerably worse. For one thing, it's the deadliest wildfire in American history. Around 1,500 people died in Peshtigo, Wisconsin, pretty much the entire population. Over 2,000 people may have died. It came in so hot and so intense that the only way to escape it was to jump into Lake Michigan or in the whatever body of water that you could find if you were outside during the Great Fire of Peshtigo, Wisconsin. On this date, you didn't survive. It was simple as that, and the town of Peshtigo, Wisconsin wiped off the face of the earth. 2,000 people, around 2,000 people died in this wildfire that came and went in the course of about 3 hours. That's intense. 103 years ago today, in the Argonne Forest of France, during World War I, United States Corporal Alvin C. York single-handedly killed 28 German soldiers, single-handedly killed 28 German soldiers. He captured 132 German soldiers. Needless to say, he was given the Medal of Honor and became an international celebrity. Alvin C. York became an American war hero on this date 103 years ago today. That is pretty impressive. 64 years ago today, October 8th, 1956, Yankee Stadium, the Bronx, New York City. Don Larson made history, and it's still history. Nobody has ever done it before, and nobody has ever done it since. Here it is.
Got him! The greatest game ever pitched in baseball history by Don Larson. A no-hitter, a perfect game in a World Series. Never in the history of the game has it ever happened in a World Series. Only the second time in baseball history, a World Series, where a perfect game has been pitched. 64,517 have seen it. Millions more on television. Don Larson pitches a perfect game, retiring 27 Dodgers in a row. The history of the other perfect game and many other baseball facts found, of course, in the Encyclopedia of Baseball. But here at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx in New York, the most dramatic baseball game ever played.
Don Larson was a journeyman pitcher. He pitched for half a dozen Major League Baseball clubs, has a sub-500 career record. But for one day, he was the greatest pitcher ever. Don Larson pitches the only perfect game in World Series history. And this is probably the most famous double in Seattle Mariner history. Heck, it's probably the most famous hit in Seattle Mariner history. Bottom of the 11th inning, Game 5 of the American League Divisional Series. Edgar Martinez. Here it is.
No balls and a strike to Martinez. Line drive, we are tied. Griffin is coming around, and the corner's burning. He's going to try to score. Here's the division championship. Mariners win it. Mariners win it.
It's known simply to this day as the double. 26 years ago today, Edgar Martinez had a great series. He batted .571 with 10 RBIs, and of course, Ken Griffey Jr. hit 5 home runs for the Mariners, who win the 5th and deciding game in extra innings over my Yankees 26 years ago today. I have recovered. I'm fine. And it kept baseball in Seattle for that fact, and I have no issues with that at all. I'm still a Mariner fan. I just like the Yankees better. There you go. It's the bottom of the hour. Let's do birthdays. The Reverend Jesse Jackson, recently battling COVID, and his wife, but he's on the mend. Jesse Jackson, the American minister and civil rights activist, is 80 years old today. Ran for president a few times, never came close to it. But we want to wish Jesse Jackson a happy 80th birthday. Chevy Chase. A lot of people either really like him or really can't stand him. Of course, his breakthrough on Saturday Night Live, all 5 vacation films, one of which is watchable. Fletch, Caddyshack, The Three Amigos, of course, Community, the television show. Before Chevy Chase rose to fame in the mid-'70s on Saturday Night Live, he worked as a cab driver, a truck driver, a motorcycle messenger, a construction worker, a waiter, a bellboy, a busboy, a fruit picker, a produce manager at his local supermarket, an audio engineer, a salesman in a wine store, and a theater usher. And he also briefly played drums in a group that also had Walter Becker and Donald Fagen, who would go on to form Steely Dan. Chevy Chase is 78 years old today. Matt Damon busted into the Hollywood scene with Good Will Hunting. He was in Saving Private Ryan, the talented Mr. Ripley, of course, the Jason Bourne franchise, the Oceans 10, 11, 12, 13 trilogy. He's also a screenwriter. Happy 51st birthday to Matt Damon. And Bruno Mars, singer, songwriter, producer, actor. He does it all, and he does it a lot better than I do. Bruno Mars is 36 years old today. 32 minutes after the hour, Mike Magnotti has an opinion about what you should and should not put on your pizza. He's pretty passionate about that. Mike's commentary is coming up, and then we're going to replay my interview with Mitch Darlington, the new head coach of the Wenatchee AppleSox, is coming up as well. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Welcome to Crunch Pack, the #1 supplier of sliced apples and a premier employer in the Wenatchee Valley. We are looking to add new members to our Crunch Pack team. We offer full-time work with great benefits and a safe environment with fantastic people. As a part of the Crunch Pack family, you'll find a home that's all about helping you thrive and succeed. Come see what Crunch Pack can do for you. Apply today at 300 Sunset Highway in Cashmere or online at crunchpack.com.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
You're in Ford Country, land of Pat Armstrong, Ford Lincoln, home of the lifetime warranty. That'll sure get you thinking.
Get ready for fall and winter with a new or used truck or SUV from North Central Washington's four-wheel drive headquarters, Pat Armstrong Ford Lincoln, on 3rd Street in East Wenatchee.
Land of Pat Armstrong, Ford Lincoln, you're in Ford Country.
Things have changed in the motorsports industry. Short supply and high demand have emptied showrooms. But what hasn't changed are the experts at Doghouse Motorsports. They are here to help you reserve the machine of your choice. Stop by and check out the latest 2022 Husqvarna motorcycles, UBCO, and Intense electric vehicles, and other new additions to the Doghouse Motorsports family of high-quality products.
Over the last year and a half, the industry's absolutely changed, but the Doghouse is still your best option for all your power sports needs.
Are you frustrated because you feel like you aren't getting the internet speeds you pay for? One of the most common ways to test your internet connection is called a speed test. These are free and easily located on the internet and can tell you how fast your internet is. However, for certain reasons, these tests may not always be accurate. A speed test shows you how fast a file can be downloaded to the computer you're running the test on. However, there are many things that can affect the speed of that download besides the speed of the internet going into your home. A few of the things that can affect your internet speed are poor Wi-Fi signal, other wireless signals interfering with the wireless signals coming from your router, other devices in your home draining your bandwidth, your computer or phone running apps programs in the background that you aren't aware of, slowing your entire device. Any of these things can slow down your internet. Your internet is like water flowing down a pipe. There's a big pipe bringing internet to your local area, and a smaller pipe coming off of that bringing internet to your home address. Your router is just another pipe that brings the internet inside your house, and every device inside your home is like a pipe connected to the router. Just like with water, if any of those pipes along the way are too small for the amount of internet that needs to flow through for a family, the flow for everything down the line will be much slower. It's a lot like trying to push all the water going into your house through a small straw. Also, again, just like with water, if everyone in your home is using the internet at once, any individual device may not be able to receive the full flow of the internet. It's like your whole family trying to drink out of that small straw all at once. If you're struggling with internet that is slower than expected, make sure that all of the devices that your internet flows through are working correctly, and check all devices in your home for background programs that may be using the internet. If everything still appears to be working correctly, contact us and we'll be able to help.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chair on the other side. You can lift this up. Time warranty.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Green Motion e-bikes have rolled into Wenatchee. We've got fun, affordable e-bikes for the whole family. Portable e-bikes that fit right in the trunk of your car. Fat tire mountain bikes plus unique vintage style bikes you won't find anywhere else. Get some exercise with pedal assist or just cruise up to 20 miles per hour with the throttle. Starting under $1,000, Green Motion e-bikes are affordable fun for the whole family.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Hey, this is Mike, Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, pizza, what a great food. Everybody, kids, old people, even liberals love pizza. I mean, succulent dough, rich spicy spaghetti gravy covered with mozzarella cheese. What could be better? But I got news for you. You don't put fruit on pizza. If you put pineapple on your food, call it a fruit cup a la mode, call it pineapple pie, call it any doggone friggin' you want to, but don't call it pizza. I mean, you don't just put tomato soup and American cheese on a piece of white bread and call it a taco, do you? No. So don't be an idiot. If it's got pineapple on it, it ain't pizza. Okay, that's settled. This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's not just my opinion, that's a fact.
Mary Maids of Wenatchee has been professionally cleaning and sanitizing homes and businesses in North Central Washington since 1998. Mary Maids uses commercial-grade cleaners and viricides. Mary Maids has implemented additional safety and sanitation protocols. They are strictly following CDC guidelines for the safety of their clients and employees. For expert help with cleaning and sanitizing your home or business, call or look up Mary Maids of Wenatchee to schedule your free estimate today.
When I was about 16, I got in a relationship. He hit me for the first time in front of his daughter. He physically abused me in front of my children. I couldn't do it no more. Sage was there for me when I needed them. I didn't hear a lecture from them. I didn't hear anything but just acceptance. And that's what I needed at the time. And they help you with everything that you need to move on in life and heal.
In a world afraid of technology, one man, one show will bring you the newest innovations that may just change your life. This summer, Ray McNeil and your Weekly Tech Update is your Weekly Tech Update with Ray McNeil.
Hello, North Central Washington. I'm Dave Tosh, Executive Director, Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, and I'm excited to announce a new variety show entitled Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Senior Center, and I think you'll find it educational, informative, and a lot of fun. Join us for the new program, Vibrant Living.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a four-letter word.
I think we should hire more people.
Doc, I'm late for a meeting. I'm thinking of starting my own practice.
Do it. Too much capital.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We should knock that wall down and expand.
Do it. There's always another wall beyond the wall.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It is October. The baseball playoffs are well underway, although my Yankees are eliminated. Doesn't change my passion for the game of baseball. And locally, of course, if you're a passionate baseball fan, you follow religiously every summer between June and August the Wenatchee AppleSox, and they have a new head coach. He's a local kid. I probably shouldn't use the word kid, but the fact that he has Northwest roots, specifically North Central Washington roots, makes him a perfect fit. He is the new head coach of the Wenatchee AppleSox. Mitch Darlington joins us on this program. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
We both got our little baseballs here because I've discovered if you hold a baseball, when you talk baseball to a baseball person, you tend to draw a little something out at you. Right. Congratulations on the job. Tell me the organic, how did this happen? How did you land the gig, Mitch?
So 2 years ago, I actually applied for the position and came up second to a good coach, Ian Sanderson, who's done a great job with the AppleSox the last couple of years. And recently, I received a call from Jose, the owner, and asked if I was still interested in getting back into coaching. And talked with my wife, and we discussed it, and it's just an opportunity that I couldn't let slip. So definitely had to jump on with it, and I'm excited.
And you're what, 27?
27, yeah.
27 years old. That's pretty young.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to admit that.
Yeah. Definitely a young guy, but I think that can be a blessing in some ways with the energy I have and being able to relate to players, and just recently having been in their shoes playing college baseball. I think that could be a good thing.
You finished, as you mentioned, runner-up to former coach Ian Sanderson, which probably made you feel pretty good as a 25-year-old, thinking, I almost got the gig. But obviously they didn't think you were quite ready for it. What's changed in the last 2 years that has made you a different kind of a person from just a couple of years ago?
Yeah, that 2-year little break from having left Big Bend and getting into teaching and being the AD and stepping away from baseball, I think has actually been a good thing for me, just to be able to look at other programs, look at the way different people run their organizations and just how baseball's changed, and kind of pick and choose what I like and what I would want to implement as I get back into coaching. And so, yeah.
And you're a father now, which you weren't 2 years ago, and some other. I mean, you've in your personal life, you've matured. You've probably matured more than 2 years from a calendar standpoint, haven't you?
Right. Being an athletic director during COVID, and then having a kid, and just all the challenges both of those things can present. Yeah, it's made me mature a lot in these last few years.
You've joined an organization that has aggressively and enthusiastically endorsed technology. Jose has built the infrastructure needed for you to succeed as a coach to finding out what you need to do to make your team and your players better. And that's from a generational standpoint, that's got to make you feel pretty good. Jose's into this stuff.
Right. Yeah, he seems definitely up to speed with everything and the way that baseball is kind of growing, and he's caught up with a lot of the new age technology as far as that goes and the stats, and so I'm excited about that.
Talk about building a roster. As most people know, these are collegiate players who are simply trying to hone their craft and become better baseball players in the summertime. So when they go back to school, they're better baseball players, better human beings, and better to build their lives forward. So that Wenatchee, as the AppleSox, will always be a pit stop on the way to either a baseball career or better and better things. So you're bringing in guys for a summer, maybe two. How's that working out so far with you and Allie, the general manager, trying to figure out what are we going to do to put a team together for 2022?
Yeah, it's been great so far. Me and Allie have kind of attacked the recruiting together. We've each kind of connected with the schools and the connections that each of us have, and then bounced ideas and players off of each other, and just trying to slowly but surely fill this roster with the best talent we can find. So it's been good. Our whole team has been great, working with Jose, working with Allie, working with Joel. They've all been great.
You're going to have to step into a leadership position and yet you're speaking, you're not that much older than the roster and the players are going to be playing for you. Do you expect that's a bit of a challenge, or are you going to be able to put your foot down when the time comes? I mean, you're talking about long bus rides, you're talking about discipline, you're talking about guys who are away from home who might stray off the beaten path. How do you keep them on that path, being not that much older than the players?
Right. I think that having coached for 3 seasons at Big Bend, having been a head coach in the Cascade Collegiate League for a summer, has all given me that experience of, knowing when to, be a buddy to a guy and knowing when to lay the law down and not let guys cross the line. And I think that teaching as well, I mean, that's what I'm doing every single day is getting guys and getting my kids to do what I want them to do while also still having some fun, but not letting it cross that line. So I'm really not too worried about that.
Do you have a baseball philosophy as a coach? Coaching baseball? Are you a defense pitching guy? Are you 3-run home run guy? Are you force the action guy? What do you think you do better than perhaps other coaches in that respect? Strategy.
Right. I think a lot of that has to do with your roster. I think the best coaches are the ones that can adapt to what their roster is. If I got a bunch of 6'4", 250-pound guys that can just swing it, I'd be stupid to be trying to steal bags, hit and run, working small ball. And then on the other end of the spectrum, if I got a bunch of dudes that can fly, guys that can lay down bunts, guys that can put the ball in play, a bunch of good athletes, I want to get the game moving. I want to get forcing the defense to, play defense, force the action, and try to swipe bags and get it going.
You're an infielder by nature, so are you partial to infielders in that respect? I mean, everybody wants a solid defense.
Right.
But would you trade a little offense for somebody who is maybe a little more susceptible to the glove just to get more runs on the board, or is it get the outs? Get the outs.
I think at certain positions you can play a bat, but as far as defensive philosophy, you got to build your spine of your defense. Your best athlete's got to be at short, second base, and in center field, just because that's the majority of where the balls are getting hit. So. No, I'm not partial to any positions, but I mean, I love working with infielders. I'm an infield guy, so.
If folks are getting the idea that Coach Darlington is part of a youth movement, you might be right, because your new coach, Coach Vaughn, is not exactly old in the tooth either. Talk about your new assistant.
Yeah, so Aaron Vaughn and I coached together for 2 years at Big Bend Community College. He served as the pitching coach while I was serving as the infield coach. I believe he's 28, so he's a year older than I. But again, he's mature beyond his years. He just recently took the Wenatchee Valley Community College coaching job. So a good friend of mine, he'll be my assistant this summer, and I'm excited to see what he does with the Wenatchee program. They're ready to take a step forward. So,
being an Upper Valley native, Leavenworth via Cashmere, now Mansfield, Chelan, the guy is part of the North Central Washington area. You must have gone to a lot of AppleSox games when you were a kid, being a baseball kid. What about the AppleSox? I mean, you grew up with this team, did you not?
Right.
So, I mean, do you have any specific memories of going to Paul Thomas Senior Field as a kid and watching the team play?
Definitely. So Fred Scholl, who is living in Leavenworth, he's a Hall of Fame coach, coached at Edmonds Community College. When I was in middle school, I remember him taking me to a game, and I believe it was like Hawkins Gebbers and guys like that playing for the AppleSox. They were loaded. Ed Nags was coaching. And I just remember walking in there and the crowd and the lights and just the team. I mean, the guys to me looked, they look like big league guys. They're so big and, they're throwing so hard and hitting it so far and stuff. And I just remember being like, man, I want to be there someday. And so, yeah.
We talked off camera before we got ready to go that whether Coach Darlington becomes a baseball lifer or not, nobody knows. He still has a lot of life decisions to make. But the one thing that strikes me talking to you, Mitch, is that you're going to be, whatever it is you're going to do in your life, you're going to teach. You're always going to teach. You have that teaching aura about you. I just an observation.
Right.
Whatever you want to say about that.
Yeah. I love. I just love working. I love working with kids. But when you throw in baseball, something I'm passionate about, and just being able to pass down knowledge of, stuff that I've learned from great coaches. I've been really fortunate to have played and just met some really great coaches. We were talking earlier about Pete Domit.
Pete Domit, a legendary coach out in the Columbia Basin area. Pete
Yeah.
Domit is we missed Pete. We lost Pete a number of years ago from a tragic disease. But those people who played and were understanding of the baseball world in this area knew and loved Pete Domit very much, and so that says a lot for you.
Right, and having played for a guy like that, having played for Jeff Carlson at Kashmir, another guy that's going to be in the WIAA Coaching Hall of Fame here soon. Playing for the River Dogs for a guy like Dave Johnson, a legendary coach at Ephrata, Randy Boroff, Bill Walker from Wenatchee, some different guys that have had a big impact on my life. I love passing down knowledge and love passing down what I've learned from them, not only with baseball but with life, and so that's kind of a passion of mine.
There's a lot of really good baseball players, a lot of really good baseball people here in North Central Washington. This is a baseball community. It really is. And they're going to come out and watch the AppleSox win, lose, or draw, but win is best. On that note, Coach Darlington, your camera's right over there. I'm going to let you have the final word to the folks in the AppleSox community to take us home. It's all yours, my friend.
I can just say I'm excited about the roster we're forming. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody out at the ballpark, getting to know every single one of you, connecting with our community, with our kids through these youth camps, and just having our team be leaders in the community and good people off the field. So I'm excited to get after it with you guys.
Did you hire a pitching coach yet?
So Aaron is my assistant.
Okay.
He'll do pitching, and then we're in the process of hiring a third assistant. Probably more of a catching guy, since I'll take infield, he'll take pitching, and then, needing a catching guy. So.
Well, I have this. You hold it. It's a two-seamer. I'm sorry, it's a four-seamer. Notice how I hold it this way. And what I do is I take the rest of my fingers and I kind of grip the ball that way. The thumb goes down here, Coach. And what I do, and I learned this pitch from Bugs Bunny. You throw with about a three-quarter arm angle. You throw it hard. You throw it hard off and with a hard push off the mound.
Right.
The ball starts out fast, and as it goes to the plate, it starts slowing down. And the last 2 or 3 feet, right before it gets to the plate, it speeds back up again.
Wow.
I invented it myself, and I'd be more than happy to teach you and the crew.
Yes, we'll get you out there with the guys, and I'll be sure to pass that along to Aaron as well. So I'm excited.
Who do you like in the postseason before I cut you loose? Baseball.
Oh boy, if the Dodgers survive, I think they can get it done.
If the Dodgers get past St. Louis tonight, we're taping this on Wednesday night, by the way, so we don't know. But if the Dodgers get past the Cardinals, I like the Dodgers' chances as well. But watch out for the Astros. As much as people hate to say it, it's true.
Yeah, they'll be banging on garbage cans again. So
anytime you want to come see me, Coach, you're more than welcome to. We'll talk baseball.
Awesome.
All right.
I appreciate you.
AppleSox baseball is not too far off. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think there's something the matter with him.
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived.
Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious? No, he's not. Okay, take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.
Campfire North Central Washington, serving youth ages 3 to 18. Register today in one of Campfire's programs. Club members meet regularly with volunteer leaders to learn responsibility, sharing, cooperation, and citizenship. When a child is involved in Campfire, they will be actively learning and engaged in activities, encouraged to learn new skills, feel a part of the group, learn to work in a team setting, participate in planning, goal setting, and making lasting memories.
ColorFX has moved their shop to a larger location to expand their services, including adding in a state-of-the-art large format printer. They got it. You need banners? They got them. You need vinyl decals for your cars, trucks, vans, or trailers in just about any size? Yeah, they got it. ColorFX has also been providing fun swag and clothing for local churches and high schools around our valley for decades. Support your local print shop. Call ColorFX in Cashmere today.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language.
Dankeschön.
Don't make plans to store your boat for the off-season until you've checked out the Super Package from Bob File Boats and Motors. With this package, you just drop your boat off for winterizing, and they take it from there. When you pick it up in the spring, it'll be ready to go for the next season. There are too many features in the Super Package to list here, so get the details. 509-884-3558.
Bob File Boats and Motors, we're dealing. Bob File's gonna make you smile.
Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere is your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue. We are your one-stop bar and grill, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Hi, Justin here, owner of Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere. Looking for a fun night out? Join us at Club Crow. We have live bands to rock the night away, comedy to make you laugh, and if that's not enough, we have poker every Monday and Wednesday night. Club Crow in Cashmere has it all. Check out our Facebook event page for dates and times. Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere, the coolest place in town.
And we are back on a very pleasant but very chilly Friday morning. Temperatures around the region, we have not moved at all since this show started. It was 36 degrees an hour ago. It's 36 degrees outside of our studios still. Moses Lake 34. Manson's at 30. Manson's below freezing right now. Downtown Dryden 33. Suburban Dryden 33. And Chelan proper 38. It's cold, but you know what? It's actually going to get colder once we get to next week. Let's do the long-term forecast for you first from the climate. We'll just do this one. Sure, why not? Sunshine today. High of about 65 degrees. I don't think we're going to get there. Now, that was with the forecast high when they did the forecast for us a couple of hours ago, but we got down to 36 degrees, and it's taking its sweet time warming up. I think that 65 might be a little bit of an overshoot. We only hit 60 yesterday, and today is supposed to be exactly like today, so I don't think we're going to get to that 65. 40 for the overnight low tonight. Could even dip down into the 30s in many locations. We do it all over again on Saturday. Lots of sunshine, very autumnal-like, with a high of around 65 degrees. Again, we'll see. 47 for the overnight low on Saturday night. Now, why is it going to be so much warmer? Because you'll notice Sunday afternoon into Sunday night, right around sunset, right around 6:30 or so, you'll start seeing the clouds rolling in from the west, and you're going to wake up Sunday morning, but lots of clouds. Sunday is going to be just a kind of a hang around in the cabin kind of a day. Lots of clouds, wind in the afternoon, chance of rain, snow in the upper elevations. The snow level Sunday night is going to go down to 2,800 feet after midnight, and we're only going to get to 59, 37 for the overnight low. Look at the overnight low Monday night into Tuesday, 34 degrees, and that's for the Wenatchee Valley. Other locations will be in the 20s for the overnight low on Monday and cold all next week. That's it for us. Have a great weekend. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.